can fear be a positive thing? Actually, it can. Let's find out more, all right, today in this message. So, what is actually fear? All right, there are many kinds of fear. All right, many people fear of stability. For example, they fear of losing their job. Am I right? I'm actually one of them. When I was young, I actually fear I had no security, so I had to go and find a job, go and study. All right, and because of that fear, it directed me to go and find a job. And that's what many people are doing today because of that fear. And I wish someone had told me this many years ago, because if someone had told me that fear does direct your path, I'll be very careful what I fear. All right, so if someone who fears that they have no money, all right, what would they do? They go find a job, right? Or someone who fears that they are lonely, what would they do? They go find a partner, regardless whether the partner is good or bad. All right, so fear can direct people's path. All right, but can fear be a good thing? So what I just shared with you guys are some negative fears. Another good example of negative fears will be some people fear of failing exams. And it is so real that even some people are so fearful of failing an exam they actually took their lives. And it's a very sad thing that happens in some countries. All right, so that's the reality of fear. All right, but can there be a good fear? Well, there is good fear too. Give you one good example. People who have fear of not looking good. All right, if you have a fear of not looking good, what will you do? You definitely put on makeup every day before you go out, because you scare people look down at you. So you indirectly, the fear is good because it helps you look good. All right. Another real positive fear will be fear of getting not healthy. So you feel like you fear of getting fat. All right. That fear will cause you to eat lesser and be very conscious of your health. So that can be a good fear as well. So fear has a positive side and a negative side as well. But today I want to talk more about the fear that talks in the Bible. And if you open up the Bible today, in the Old Testament, there are about 300 times that the word fear appears in the Old Testament, and there's about 98 times that the word fear appears about in the New Testament. So in total, about 398 times the word fear appears in many variations. But what's interesting is that out of the 398 times, about 300 times, the fear is got to do with God. All right, so that tells us a lot about the word fear. Okay, so can the fear of God, can it be a good thing? Well, the good news, it is actually a good thing. All right, because even though you read in the Old Testament, you realize the people in the Old Testament really fear God a lot, to the extent that whatever God say, they actually do it. All right, because they fear Him. So how I wish today's Christian fear God as much as the Old Testament, because if you fear God, you will definitely want to read His Bible, which a lot of Christians are not doing today. And if you fear God, you also will follow His commands, which a lot of Christians are not doing today, even including myself. Some of them I don't follow, because we think that fearing God is not important. We think, just go in my life, I only call Him when I need to. So unfortunately, that's the reality of today's Christian. So I want to share with you how important the fear of God is and how useful it can be. So you can read, I will put it down here in Exodus chapter 18 verse 21. It actually says here that Moses actually chose leaders to help him based on whether they fear God and wouldn't take bribes. All right, so why would Moses only choose people who fear God? Because Moses knows that if someone fears God, he will not bribe people and will do honest things. All right, so that's why he only choose leaders that fear God. And same like me today, if I was to choose something or work with some business partner, I also want to make sure that person fear God. He may say he's a Christian, but if he does not live the life or follow the life of Christ, or does not even behave like one, I don't think I want to work with that person, because I know eventually that person may not be a benefit to my business as well, or may not have the same value as me. Another interesting one you can read is in Leviticus chapter 19 verse 14, which I'll put it here. Okay, and it says here that the Mosaic law cites fear of God as a reason to treat the disabled and elderly well. So imagine if the people did not fear God, they wouldn't even bother to actually help the disabled or elderly, because they fear God. That's why they went to help. And that's a positive thing as well, because God encourages us to help the disabled and the needy. All right, you can read that a lot in the Bible. All right, but unfortunately, many people think it's not important. Okay, but it is important for us to help the people in need, even today. So how about Jesus? Jesus himself said this strongly about pointing out the fear of God, and says this. All right, I can put it here. Right, do not fear those who kill the body, but are unable to kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Right, so Jesus is trying to say here the importance of fearing God. In fact, I will encourage you to read Matthew chapter 10, read the whole chapter 10, because it talks about basically how to be a disciple for Christ, what it really means to be a disciple. And he says that fear God. But how many of us, honestly speaking, fear God? Not many. All right, I wouldn't say I fear him every day also, I'll be honest with you. Right? In fact, sometimes I don't even think about him even at all. Right? I'm not perfect, and you are not perfect too. But I'm reminding you that because you love Christ, you need to fear him. And this fear can be your weapon, because if you fear God, you will definitely sin lesser, I'm very sure. All right, and the conviction of that sin will be in your heart if you fear God even more. And I find it is a very powerful weapon to help us fight against our enemy, when especially we get tempted by many things every day about certain things in our lives. So for example, okay, let's say I go on to do a business deal, and this business deal can make me a lot of money, but I know the method of making a lot of money is unethical. Should I still do it? All right, the answer is no, because the word of God says that you always want to do it honestly, and you should not be greedy. Being greedy is a sin. Right? So in the end of the day, all right, this fear actually does help to direct our decisions and our purpose in our life. And I hope this sharing will open up your eyes in next time when you make any important decision, to reference back to God and read his word. How do you know what you should fear from him, from God? Is only by reading the Bible. Okay, so read your Bible if you not start reading. Start with chapter 10, Matthew chapter 10. All right, that will be the best starting point to know about being a disciple. Then you understand what I'm trying to say. So I hope this video encourages you to fear God, and you like this video or learn anything in this video. Alright, please comment below and let me know, so it encourages me that it helps you in understanding the word of God. And if you'd like to know more about anything about God, you can just comment below and ask me questions. I'll be happy to answer them as well. So if you like this video, do remember to click on the link below for to subscribe to our YouTube channel and support us in our Patreon, which supports our ministry online and our mission trips as well. Thank you for watching this video. May God bless you. And if you like this video, please like and share this video with your friends. My name is Alvin. Thanks for watching this week's video. May God bless you. Goodbye.